Hello everyone. Welcome everyone and happy learning. In this video, we are going to see Internet Protocol version 6. In the content of this one is introduction to Internet Protocol version 6 and detail of Internet Protocol version 6 and pros and cons. So introduction to your IPv6. IP means Internet Protocol, V means version. It is going to be 6. So IPv6 was developed by Internet Engineering Task Force (IETF) to deal with the problem of your IPv4 exhaustion. IPv4 in the sense Internet Protocol version 4. In Internet Protocol version 4, what is the problem we had is the address lines, it was less, and the representation it is of binary. In version 4, it was binary representation, and the header and the header length is of 20. But if you're going to compare your address of IP version 6, the header address is of 40. So again, my bit address is 128. See, this is 128, which is bigger than V4. Means your version 4 it is of only 32. Here it is 128. Okay, and it is having hexadecimal representation, but your version 4 is going to have your binary representation. Okay, there are 8 groups and each group represent 2 bytes. See, if you're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Each is going to represent your 2 bytes of data. 2 bytes. Okay, so totally 16 bytes it is represented for this IPv6 means version 6. So it representation we have 3 addressing method. My Internet Protocol version 6 is representing 3 addressing method. First one is unicast, multicast and anycast. Unicast means identifies a single network interface. A packet sent to a unicast address is delivered to the interface identifying that particular address. Unicast. From one particular network to other particular network, that is nothing but my unicast. Next is my multicast. Multicast means it is used by multiple hosts called a group acquiring a multicast destination address. The host need to be need not to be geographically together. This is multicasting in the sense a group a group of processors are there from where I'm sending messages. Multicast. From one particular processor, I'm sending message to the set of group of processors. That is nothing but my multicast. If my packet is sent to multicast address, it will be distributed to the interface corresponding to the multicast address. So from one particular point, everything it will be distributed to the other process. Any cache address is assigned to a group of interface. Any packet sent to any cache address will be delivered to anyone in the member interface most nearest host possibly. See, any cache means from where if suppose 1 2 and 3, again 1 2 and 3 it is going to be there, from anything we can able to communicate with others. That is nothing by my anycast. See, broadcast is not at all defined in your IPv6. Broadcast in the sense one to many, to a large extent, to large number of wide area. I could not able to broadcast my message. Broadcasting is not possible and not defined in your IPv version 6. Internet Protocol version 6 broadcast is not possible. Only multicast is possible, anycast is possible, unicast is possible. So again, IPv6, if you're going to see the payload, this is my payload. What are the things necessary? First is your version, again traffic classes, then flow rate, payload length, next header, and hop limit. We'll see in detail. See, version means 4-bit. It is going to tell which version it is. My IPv means Internet Protocol is indicates the version of Internet Protocol which contains bit sequence. See, this is IPv6, right? So it is 0110. Next is your traffic class. It is of 8-bit. See, the traffic class fields indicate class or priority of your IPv6 packet, which is similar to the service field in your IPv4 packets. It helps routing to handle the traffic based on priority of the packet. If congestion occurs on router, then packets with least priority will be discarded. So this is my priority and this is my meaning. If 0 means no specific traffic, 1 means background data, 2 means unattended data traffic, 3 means reserved, 4 is attended bulk data transfer, 5 is reserved, and again 6 is in interactive traffic, and 7 is control traffic. See what it will tell, this control traffic is, it will tell what is happening, whether my process is reserved, whether it is sending or receiving, any background data is there or reserved, or bulk data is transmitted or what. Okay, those will be said by your traffic class. If a congestion is going to occur, so priority which is least, it will be discarded. Only the most priority, the highest priority, it will be there in my internet protocol. Others are discarded. So flow rate, it provides specific handling for particular flow rate of data. Payload length, it is 16-bit. It is unsigned integer, is positive. Unsigned integer means positive number will be there. Field indicates total size of the payload, which tells the router about amount of information of particular packet contained in the payload. How much packets are present in the payload, that is told by your length. What is the length of my packets which is present in the IP address. Payload length field includes extension header, if any, and upper layer packet also. These also it is included in your payload length. Extension header will be there, and also your upper layer packets also will be there. Next header, it is an 8-bit. See, next header indicates type of extension header if present immediately following your IPv6 header. Next header means it is going to follow your extension header. Okay, immediately. Next header indicates type of extension, which type of extension it is having, that it is told by your next header. Next is your hop limit. Hop limit field is the same as TTL in IPv4 version 4. It indicates the maximum number of intermediate nodes IPv6 packet is allowed to travel. How much my packets I can able to travel. Okay, between the intermediate nodes, that is known as my hop limit. How much how much packet I can able to carry, that is my hop limit field. It its value gets decremented by 1 by each node that forward the packet, and packet is discarded if value is decremented. If suppose I'm going to have 4 hops, after the fourth hop, my value is decremented to 0 and it is getting terminated. Okay, so this is used to discard the packet that are stuck in infinite loop because of some routing error. If some routing error is going to occur and it is present in the loop only. If it is going to be present in the loop only, we can easily identify which packet is in the loop, and then it is discarded. And so we are hop limits are used. Source address, again it is of 128 bits. It is the original source of the packet from where it is started, original source. Again, destination address field, it is going to indicate the final destination in most cases. All the intermediate nodes can be used in the information in order to correctly route the packet. So whatever intermediate nodes are present, I want my packets to reach from my source to destination. Source to the destination, I want to send my packets in a proper manner, in a proper routing, correct routing. And so we are going to go for this particular version 6. So what the pros and cons of my version 6 is? Pros is effective routing. Exactly, my routing is going to be effective because I'm telling from where to go what. Again, multiple routing is also possible. Then direct local address is present. Increased capability and network configuration also is there. More mobility is also there. If you're going to see the cons, system issues there, complexity in network topology drawing, upgrade the device, then local networking challenges, confusion in the IP schemes. See, system issues in the sense, if you are going to use a system which is of IPv4, it will not support. My IPv6 will not support in my IPv4. So you have to configure your system. And again, it is means that is nothing but upgrading the device. Again, it is a problem for your administrative people. Okay, I repeat, IP4 will not be supported by your IP6. So you have to reconfigure. You have to upgrade the system what you are using. Okay, and if you are going to see, internet of things is also playing a major role nowadays. Internet of things means whatever system, means whatever process is present, each device it will start its own initiation. Internet of the each device generates its own process. Internet of things means whatever device present, it starts its own process. Again, there is a problem of locating everything where from where it is started. Okay, and what is happening again, then all these things means again it is a problem. Next, confusion in the IP schemes, again it is a confusion from where it is started, by when. All these things, since my IPv 6, it is it is effective also, and it is having some disadvantages also. So what are the benefits of using IPv6 and IPv4 together? If we are going to use together, it will be used in dual stack network and tunneling and network address translation protocol translation. And these are my reference. Thank you.